Good evening, and welcome to your AI Daily Press evening podcast for December 19th, 2025. I'm your host, Walter. Firstly, the European Union has decided to provide financial support to Ukraine, a move that's likely to have substantial implications for the region. This decision aims to stabilize the Ukrainian economy and support its military efforts amidst ongoing tensions with Russia. In another development, the Justice Department is set to release the remaining investigative files on convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. The Epstein Files Transparency Act mandates the release of these documents, which could shed new light on Epstein's activities and potential wrongdoing by those in his orbit. Lastly, Russian President Vladimir Putin has expressed confidence that Moscow's military goals will be achieved in Ukraine. He's called for a peaceful settlement that addresses the root causes of the conflict, but also warned that Russia will seek to extend its gains if Kyiv and its Western allies reject the Kremlin's demands. These stories highlight the complex geopolitical challenges we're facing today. We'll continue to provide balanced and factual reporting, separating rumor from reality and giving our listeners a comprehensive understanding of these evolving stories. And that's the way it is. Now for the latest in social and cultural news, here is Barbara Waters.
You, Walter, and Nanshul and know what's right now. We've had a busy week in international news, with several complex stories unfolding around the world. Let me take you through some of the key developments we've been following. Firstly, we reported on the ongoing conflict in Ukraine and the efforts by NATO to support the country's military. We noted that the Czech Republic may continue its initiative to source large-caliber ammunition for Kyiv from global suppliers, which has been a significant contributor to Ukraine's military efforts. We also brought you updates on the situation in South Africa, where the United States has accused the government of intimidating its officials during a raid on a center processing refugee applications for white South Africans seeking asylum in the U.S. The South African government has denied these accusations, and we explored the complex web of allegations, counter-allegations, and underlying social issues that are driving this dispute. Additionally, we covered the humanitarian crisis in Ukraine and the international efforts to support those affected by the conflict. We also touched on the story of refugees from various parts of the world seeking asylum in different countries, including the United States. These stories highlight the complexity and sensitivity of international relations, especially when intertwined with historical grievances, current social challenges, and political ideologies. As we continue to follow these developments, we will strive to provide balanced reporting, giving voice to all perspectives involved. Now for the latest in business and finance, here is Louis Riskweiser.
Thank you, Barbara. Firstly, we took a closer look at Costco's financials, where we discussed the company's growth prospects and the potential risks associated with investing in its stock. While Costco is expected to continue growing over time, investors should be aware of the high price-to-earnings ratio and the possibility of sideways movement in the short term. Next, we delved into Mitsubishi UFJ Financial Group's $2.4 billion investment in Indian shadow lender Shriram Finance. This substantial deal marks a significant milestone for India's financial services industry and raises important questions about the future of non-banking financial companies versus regulated banking entities. Lastly, we examined the latest data on the housing market, where existing home sales have ticked up for the third straight month, but the market remains stuck in a deep slump. Affordability and inventory issues continue to plague the market, with first-time homebuyers being particularly affected. Experts predict that the labor market and inflation trends will play a crucial role in shaping the housing market's future. We'll continue to monitor these stories and provide updates as more information becomes available. Now for the latest in science and technology, here is Carl Starman.
Thank you, Louis. Firstly, we looked at the breathtaking images of the universe captured by NASA's SPERX mission, which has completed its inaugural infrared scan of the entire sky. This groundbreaking achievement will allow astronomers to study the formation and evolution of galaxies, stars, and planets in unprecedented detail. We also explored Russia's significant shift in space policy as the country announced plans to withdraw from the International Space Station program by 2028 and focus on building its own space station called the Russian Orbital Service Station. This move is seen as a response to growing tensions between Russia and the West. Lastly, we touched on Russia's decision to repurpose its segment of the ISS, highlighting the challenges faced by space agencies around the world in balancing ambition with limited resources. We emphasize the importance of collaboration and cooperation in achieving greatness in space exploration. These stories remind us of the awe-inspiring beauty and complexity of the cosmos and the incredible advancements being made in our understanding of the universe. Now for the latest in sports, here is Howard Closewell.
Thank you, Carl. In tonight's special report, we're recapping the latest updates from the world of sports. Firstly, we took a closer look at the NFL matchups for Week 15, where our expert analysts shared their predictions for the upcoming games. From the Ravens taking on the Patriots to the 49ers facing off against the Colts, our team made their picks for the week. We also dived into the world of boxing, where Anthony Joshua is set to face off against Jake Paul in a highly anticipated match. Our sports analysts broke down the strengths and weaknesses of each fighter and predicted who will emerge victorious. In addition, we covered the latest updates from the NCAA, where they spoke out against a proposal to launch transfer portal prediction markets. Our experts weighed in on the implications of this decision and what it could mean for the future of college sports. Lastly, we explored the updated NFL draft order as we head into Week 16. The Pittsburgh Steelers hold the number 25 spot, which presents both opportunities and challenges for the team. With several high-profile players expected to declare, teams will have their work cut out for them in terms of scouting and strategy. Now, for the latest in travel and human interest, here is Charles Curl.
Thank you, Howard. We began by exploring the stunning landscapes of Chile, where we met Maria, a dedicated conservationist working tirelessly to protect the majestic pumas and elusive huemul in Torres del Paine. Her story is a testament to what can be achieved when people come together to care for the place they call home. Next, we traveled to Tanzania's Pear Mountains, where researchers made a fascinating discovery about the tree-climbing hyraxes that have adapted to life without trees. These small, furry creatures have shown an extraordinary ability to thrive in rocky outcrops, seeking shelter in rock crevices and cliffs. And finally, we revisited Chile once more, this time to explore the enchanting landscapes of Patagonia, where a team of researchers is working to protect the remaining forests and unique rocky habitats that are home to endangered species like the huemul. These stories remind us of the beauty and complexity of the natural world and our responsibility to preserve it for future generations. As we close this evening's podcast, we invite you to reflect on the incredible adaptability of nature and the importance of conservation. Now for the latest in fashion and entertainment, here is Joan Streams.
Thank you, Charles. First up, we've got the scoop on Taylor Swift's songbook. Our report dives into the inspiration behind some of her biggest hits, including songs about Joe Jonas, Taylor Lautner, John Mayer, and Harry Styles. From Forever and Always to Style, we explore the real people and events that sparked her creativity. In other news, we've got a roundup of exciting launches in beauty and wellness. Dior unveiled its Dior Solid perfume. Tatcha introduced its Longevity Memory Cream, and Kenra Professional launched several new products on Sephora.com. And, if you're looking for some holiday gift ideas, Demelier's Stockholm collection is definitely worth checking out. We also took a look at the latest fashion collaborations, including Ronnie Kobo's holiday collection and Havaianas' third collaboration with Gamaguas. And, because who doesn't love socks, Dude Your Team Socks teamed up with American Trench for a plaid socks collaboration. Finally, we caught you up on the latest celebrity news, including Taylor Swift's songwriting inspirations and some juicy gossip about her past relationships. Thanks for tuning in to the AI Daily Press Evening Podcast. Join us again soon for more updates on entertainment, beauty, and lifestyle. Now for the latest in nature and environment. Here is David Attenacher.
Thank you, Joan. Firstly, in Bangladesh, the conflict between humans and fishing cats is escalating, with these majestic creatures being killed or injured due to conflicts over fish and duck farms. Experts recommend preserving wetland-dominated habitats and implementing measures like protective net fencing to mitigate these conflicts. Secondly, in Greece, a combination of climate change, drought, and insect infestations is pushing the country's ancient forests to the brink. The die-off of long-lived fir trees in the Peloponnese Mountains serves as a stark reminder of the interconnectedness of our natural world and the need for concerted action to safeguard these precious ecosystems. Lastly, we looked at the plight of fishing cats in Bangladesh and the devastating impact of climate change on Greece's highland forests. We also examined the decline of sea otters in California due to habitat loss and pollution, although this was not discussed in the provided text. These stories underscore the urgent need for collective action to protect our natural heritage. As we navigate these complex issues, it's essential to recognize the importance of balancing human needs with wildlife conservation. We must continue to support research, conservation efforts, and community-led initiatives that promote coexistence between humans and wildlife. The clock is ticking, but with determination and collective effort, we can still make a difference. And that completes our evening podcast for today. Thank you for listening. Until tomorrow morning, I'm David Atanacher for AI Daily Press, the world's most unbiased news source.